The desert may be hot, but this reunion is hotter because everybody's coming after me. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Raphael and I'm here to review part 2 of the reunion to season 2 of The Real Housewives, whose friendship is probably officially over, of Dubai. So we continue with the reunion, talking about how Brooks was throwing a tantrum in Bali over not wanting to wear the mustard colored dress because she thought it was hideous, it wasn't cute, Lisa was trying to set her up, and I've said it before that Brooks was just looking for a problem just to have a problem, because realistically, Brooks, all the dresses were pretty, and we all know that you could have pulled off the dress easily, so what was the problem? Lisa spoke up and she was like, well, I didn't necessarily find what she said about the dress disrespectful. I more so saw it disrespectful for the designer of the dresses. The designer's name is Sadiq. Excuse me, Lisa? What was that? Come again? Yeah, his name was Mr. Sadiq. Excuse me? You know, I thought this was a classy reunion. Like, what is this? What do you mean sucking dick? Like, what? And she was like, no, his name is Sadiq. So everybody started mispronouncing the name. Like, wait a minute, are you talking about Suck Dick? And you know, Andy was falling asleep at this reunion. He was like barely awake on the couch, on the chair. And he was just like, And as soon as he heard Suck Dick, he was just like, wait, hold on. What did you say, Lisa, about sucking dick? Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, now you're awake. That's the only time he woke up and he had some energy. He was just like, no, there's nothing wrong with sucking dick. And I agree. And you know, what a name though. Like, imagine that, like, Mr. Sadiq, and you already know that there's somewhere out in the world somebody with the name eating poussey or something like that. But in keeping up with tradition for all of my reunion reviews, I tried to do an inspired look based on somebody's look at the reunion. For part 1 of this reunion, it was a Chanel Ayan inspired look. For part 2 of the reunion, it's a Lisa Milan inspired look, original. You know, I can see why she chose this type of dress, you know. I feel so seductive. Am I seducing you? And the designer to this one is let me see. Oh, it's a Suck Dick original. But what does everybody think? You know, who wore it best, me or Lisa? If you say Lisa, you're getting blocked. But after that, you know, I believe that they started talking about how Caroline Brooks and Taleen, you know, they could continue going back and forth online. And Taleen was just like, look, we can move on, but you need to control your unhinged behavior online. And if you follow Caroline Brooks on Twitter, then yeah, Taleen is not lying, because Brooks is very unhinged on Twitter. She'll react to anything about the show or anything that has her name involved. And you don't even have to tag her. All you have to, you just have to write the letter B, and she'll be like, what do you mean you're talking about me? She'll be right in your mentions the second that you could say, oh, I really like Caroline Brooks's outfit in this episode. What do you mean by that? And you know, Brooks, she admits it. She's like, you know, I am very reactive. And I completely understand where she's coming from, because I am the same way. Another reason why I have to go to therapy, because I am very emotionally reactive to everything. It's always at a 10 when it should be at like a 5 or 4, or maybe it's not even that serious. But to me, I never really think about that. It's always just emotionally, and whether good, bad, or indifferent, sometimes I look back at, you know, the decisions that I should have made, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but now the damage is done. And, you know, that's Caroline Brooks' issue, because on Twitter, she'll just go off. She's been going off on Taleen. She says some crazy things about her, but it's just like, sometimes some things are not forgivable, Brooks, or you might say the wrong thing, and then how are you able to continue being friends with somebody, aka Taleen, on this show after saying certain things like that on Twitter? And she does say that she could react to things a little bit less than maybe at a 6 or 4 or whatever, but let's not though, because we need a show. So eventually, I believe Andy, is it me or is it just Andy just seems so over this whole entire reunion? Like, he was just so over it. He was tired. He just felt like he just wanted to take a nap. He didn't want to talk about nothing. And I'm like, Andy, this is your fault, production's fault, Bravo's fault for delaying the show for about 2 years. Maybe we wouldn't have this issue. So eventually, he's just like, okay, everybody, just go to lunch or whatever, or we could wrap here if you want. We still have to film? Okay, I guess just go on a 45-minute lunch. So everybody goes backstage. I believe we see Lisa and Brooks. They're talking about Ayan. They're like, yeah, she's acting very unhinged. Like, Ayan is acting crazy, out of control. From what? She's just very defensive. Meanwhile, Brooks, she goes to visit Taleen. She's like, hey, Taleen, how are you? Brooks is crazy. She is... Because she'll literally go one-on-one with you, and then she'll say the craziest things to you, and then 2 seconds later, oh, so how are you today? Lovely day we're having, right? As if everything is okay. Selena's just like, look, we can move on and stuff, but you need to take back the things that you were saying about me on Twitter, about me and Raphael 2.0 bringing women into the house. Brooks is just like, but you do bring women into your house. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we should have spent a little bit more time on that because I feel like Brooks is not lying about that. The fact that she confirmed it again to Taleen's face and she was just like, yeah, you do though. And Taleen was just like, no, I don't. I don't know. Something about that. And Raphael 2.0, he gives me the vibe that he would be down for something like that. So I don't know. I kind of believe Brooks on that as well, but who knows? Eventually we see Strawberry and Ayan. Strawberry, her whole ass crack is out. She's taking off her dress. She's looking down and she's like, what is that? Oh my, are those roaches? And then we see a bunch of cockroaches on these little sticky things on the floor. Like get those. Like, ew, like that is so this is how you know they're filming in New York. Like that is just nasty, Bravo. Like it's like seriously, where are you filming at? So they get back on stage and discuss how Brooks was upset with Lisa Milan putting her brand all over the spa place, even though it's not her spa. And we kind of just get it around the question because Lisa was just like, okay, didn't you do the same thing with the glass house at your events? Brooks was just like, yeah, that's true. Like, Brooks, do you not see the issue? So how come you can do it, but Lisa Milan can't? Like, what was the problem then? So Lisa, again, she made a good point, and I had pointed it out too. She was just like, okay, well, you invited everybody to the grand opening to the glass house, but me and Ayan, so why should I even care for your opinion? And again, we really didn't get a clear answer from that because then Strawberry, she jumped in and she was just like, look, I feel like we continue tearing our businesses down and we keep trying to expose each other and we need to stop that. So then Lisa Milan, all of a sudden, she's like, okay, but you come from my business all the time. And I'm like, Lisa Milan, did she come for your business? Like, I don't recall. And Strawberry was just like, what are you talking about? I never came for your business. So then Lisa was like, you did it last year, last season. And I'm like, okay, Lisa, what are you getting at now? Like, like I thought you and Strawberry have moved on. You two have apologized to each other and moved on. Why are you bringing back the past like this? And then she's like, hold on, I have some receipts. I have something I want to show you. I'm like, here we go. Andy was just like, okay, is this going to land? And I'm like, Andy, please. Like, stop. Because if it was Kathy Hilton, you'll be kissing her behind. So relax. So then she pulls out a book. And she's like, yeah, I know that your journals, you got them from online. I think it was Quad from Married to Medicine when she told somebody, no, baby. Like, Lisa Milan, just go ahead and tuck that book right back underneath the couch. Like, I was cringing. I'm like, Lisa, what is your point? Like, what are you trying to get at? Unless the point flew over my head or it's hiding in my outfit, I don't get it. Like, what were you trying to get at? And I need all the housewives to stop with this whole prop situation. Like, I don't think it has been topped since Kenya, the Queen Moore, has done it with, the megaphone and the wand and everything that got her dragged at the reunion a couple of years ago. And Monique with the binder, which, I still, to this day, I still think about how she called out Jamal's number to Giselle. Is this his number? So and so and so. And then Andy asked her, Giselle, is that Jamal's number? And what did Giselle do? Yeah, that's his number. Like, Giselle is so dumb. I would have lied. I would have been like, no, I don't know he has a new number. I don't know, got that number, but Giselle is just, So, for all the housewives in the future, enough with these props. Like Monique and Kenya, they already set the standard. So they asked Caroline Strawberry, do you think that Sergio was the man in the house while you were staying with Michael? She was just like, no, because it's Michael's house. Okay, do you think he's the man of the house in your house? And she said everything but no. She was just like, no, but no, yeah. Well, you see, I like long walks on the beach. I like going on hikes. It's kind of chilly in here. And, the question, is he the man of the house? Andy, your shoes are untied. What's it called? Oh, there were some roaches in the back too. But I killed them though. But what's it called? Oh, the man of the house. What's it called? Hold on, let me adjust my dress. I'm like, just say no. But she went on this whole tangent just to basically say, I don't need somebody to, that doesn't do anything. I don't want another handbag, which I like that. I like that little quote. But I'm like, please, Strawberry, me and you both know that you don't see him as the man of the house. They ask her, so you told Taleen that, in 15 years you could see yourself, like, you could see him leaving you or separating or whatever. She was just like, oh, darling, that was just a joke. Is anybody laughing? I didn't find the joke funny. I don't think that she was playing around. I think she was very serious about that. And he didn't like hearing that comment. And he probably told her, can you fix that at the reunion? Or he's probably backstage or whatever with the little earpiece like, honey. I need you to reclaim those comments that you said. Where are the husbands, by the way? Why did they not come out? We have enough husbands. I think everybody, yeah, for the most part, everybody has a husband on this cast. Why are they not coming out? I want to hear about Raphael 2.0 and how he felt about Brooks and that whole situation, but, whatever. And where's Richard? He needs to see me in my Lisa Milan inspired outfit, but... yeah, so they eventually ask her, so do you think that you're gonna get pregnant eventually? And again, she wanted to say fuck no, but she kept it polite, and she was like, well, maybe in the bloody future, but right now I'm not sure right now. And again, just say no. Like, you're not feeling it. You don't have to force yourself to do it. Do I think that he's eventually gonna leave her? I've said it before that I do think that Sarah Hill likes the spotlight, the attention, the fame that comes with this show. So I'm not sure. And on top of that, her bank account, that's a nice, cute little perk. So, I wouldn't leave her either. Till death do us bank account. So they bring up Sarah's dating life and what's going on between her and Akeem, just to find out that he actually cheated on her. And he was the one pointing fingers at Sarah the entire season of, oh, you can't go on podcasts that are paying you $45,000, allegedly, with other men who are beautiful, much more attractive than me, who are shirtless on Instagram. You can't do any of that, just to find out that he was creeping behind her back. It's a tale as old as time. I read a poem once that said, I might as well have gone to the club. Oh, as much as you accuse me of lying, I might as well have cheated on you. Like Sarah just, but all the red flags were there. I'm glad that, at least she found out this way, I guess. And maybe, she finally put a rest to that. But I can definitely see Sarah, next season, like, I'm giving Akeem another chance. Because I feel like sometimes in this universe, things are very perplexed. Not everything is perpendicular. Sometimes we might feel one way, not everything is going to equal E = MC squared. I will be flabbergasted at sometimes. And I will have gas. And I will want salt, pepper, ketchup on my sandwich sometimes. And that doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes he has to go out there and lose control like Missy Elliott just to come back to me and see how much of a great person I am. Or maybe, just maybe, he's testing me out to see how patient I am with him. Like, I could just see her talking out her ass for next season. Like, Sarah, please don't text him. Unless it's the holidays or like it's cold over there. Then, you could text him at night, Only past 12 though. Anything before, too emotional, But Sarah's much better than me, because the second that I found out that he cheated on me, I would have texted his brother, his cousin, his grandfather if he's still alive, his dad, somebody, but somebody's feelings are gonna get hurt. So we finally get to the root of the issue between Ayan and Lesa. Come to find out, Miss Rihanna, she's the one behind this whole thing. And it is crazy to me that Beyonce was a big storyline at the beginning of the season, and now Rihanna came in between their friendship. Like, Rihanna? If anything, both of you should be teaming up against her and asking her, like, where's the damn album? That's the big storyline right there. Like, Rihanna, what's going on? But Ayan lets us know that, Rihanna had followed her on Instagram, and then Ayan had messaged her, oh, hey, I'm about to start a cosmetic line. Do you have any pointers? Rihanna actually messaged back, and which is cool, actually. She was like, oh, if anything, I got your back. Just ask me anything. Lisa Milan found out about this, and she told Ayan, oh, well, now that you got, Rihanna's follow or whatever, why don't you just message her saying, if you could promote, my brand, my baby line. Since Rihanna at the time, she was pregnant, I can see how it could look bad because Ayan just asked her for help for her makeup line. And then you jump in like, oh, can you also ask her to help me out by promoting my maternity line? Like, from Ayan's perspective, that will make me uncomfortable. It'll make me cringe, actually, to know that I'm a big fan of somebody, they're a fan of me, and now I'm messaging them, basically bothering them like, oh, hey, can you do this for me? Oh, by the way, can you do this for me? Can you do this? Oh, my friend wants you to do, like, no, because now I'm coming off as an opportunist. Now Rihanna's probably getting annoyed. Now she's not a fan anymore. Now she's going to block me or unfollow me. And it's just like, I don't think that Lisa Milan did it with any bad intention, though. I feel like, of course, anybody would get excited. Like, oh my God, like Rihanna's following you and she's messaging you. Like, might as well just ask for a favor. I wouldn't personally do that, but I don't know. Lisa Milan, it's not looking good for you. Like, Ayan, she throws out and she's like, Lisa, you wanted me to make myself more little, to belittle myself, to, so you could shine next to Andy, so you could have a seat next to him at the reunion. Now, do I believe that Lisa said that? No. I mean, I don't know any of them personally, but I just don't get that vibe from Lisa. I don't see Lisa telling anybody in life or anybody on the show, like, oh, can you like tone it down a little bit so I could shine, so I could get camera time? Like, no. She just has to stand there and breathe. And she's good. So I don't know, Ayan. I don't believe that. That was crazy. Ayan blames her for the fight that happened at the finale. And she's like, how dare you do that in front of my son? I would never do that in front of your children. Lisa's like, okay, but my in-laws were there. And at this point, it takes two to tango. And both of you were doing the bachata and the macarena. So it's just like, there is no one more to blame. Like, both of you contribute to this fight. And unfortunately, people that both of you cared about were at the party watching this. And Ayan, if you were trying to avoid the attention, you wouldn't be running around the house screaming and crying the way you were in the finale. So, then they start talking about the voice message and how, what's her name? Sarah, Caroline Strawberry, and Ayan, all three of them ganged up on Lisa Milan, and they were like, no, you knew about this voice message ahead of time, so why were you acting shocked when she played it? You knew, even the producers knew. And I don't know, they were very, very sure about this. Even Sarah was very sure about this. She was like, no, babe, the producers knew about this. Like, you told the producers this, that you knew about it. And I don't know, I'm not sure, Lisa. Part two of this reunion is just not looking good for her. I'm not trusting her or Ayan, unfortunately. Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, it gets worse because Lisa's like, okay, well, let's talk about the conversation that you had with Brooks. Because somebody in this group told me that you said that you wanted me to DIE, which is crazy. Like, both of you used to be best friends. Like, is it that serious, Ayan? She's like, you said that, F that B, you want me to DIE, and that is crazy. Do I believe she said it? I feel like maybe Ayan said it when she was upset, but not serious. But even if you're not serious about that, you just don't say that. Yeah, you could call her a B if you want, but to say, oh, I hope she DIEs, like, that is crazy to me. And come to find out that Brooks, she was the puppet master behind this whole thing, because I believe from what I got, she called Ayan and she basically got it out of her to confess to that she said that and to repeat it on the phone, and Lisa heard it. And, Lisa, Brooks is not your friend, because Brooks is obviously loving all of this. She loves the chaos between both of you. She loves any type of chaos that's not even involved with her. Or even when she is in the chaos, she loves it. She loves to see both of you go at each other. So if I was you, I'll watch her, because, she's going to do you the same way that she did Taleen. And Ayan, that's very disappointing. What's her name? Lisa Milan. She gets sad. She starts crying. She gets up and she walks away. But, she secretly got up to, to show us, her dress and to show us body, yaddy, yaddy. Because she was just like, I can't right now, Andy. I can't. Make sure you get the back of my dress, okay? Make sure. I can't. I'm like, Lisa, please. We all know you look beautiful. Sit down. So she comes back because nobody went after her. So she comes back and she's like, I guess nobody's going to come after me, or the reunion's not going to stop because of me. I guess I'll sit back down. So they sit back down. Ayan is like, I would never say that. I would never say that. But I mean, if Brooks had you on the phone call, then you did say it. And Lisa confirms that, yeah, she did hear it. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Both of you need to get it together. And, Andy tried to move the conversation like, okay, we're going to talk about something else. Ayan was just like, no. Not on my watch. I came here for a purpose. I didn't travel like 15 hours from Dubai to New York City to just look at you, Andy. Lisa Milan, we need to fix this. Lisa's like, I do miss you and I miss our relationship. Like, we used to be best friends. And it kills me. Like, I know them personally because they were so close. And it's unfortunate that both of them, and Rihanna, Rihanna got the best of both of them. Like, that is crazy. But I mean, Ayana's just like, my door is always open. You can always come in whenever you want. And Lisa's like, okay, my door is always open. And, I don't know, this is a very unsafe neighborhood. I'm not leaving my door open for anybody. So eventually, Andy tells everyone that they all have gifts for each other. Brooks, she gives a cute bedazzled cup to Ayan. Ayan gives a gallon of water to, I believe, Lisa Milan. And I feel like at first that whole intention was to be shady and say, oh, here's a gallon of water because you're so thirsty. But then, once everything cooled down between her and Lisa at this reunion, she had to change it. And she was just like, oh, well, this is a gallon of water, because I had to walk to school and I was thirsty and it was hot. Ayan, I see what you're doing. So then I believe Lisa Milan, her gift was to Strawberry. And it was like this package with this fake ID. And, with Strawberry's face, when she got the facelift, her face was completely swollen with a wrap around it. And I'm like, Lisa, I thought this was supposed to be nice and cute. Like, damn, that was personal. And Strawberry, she's just like, I love it. Like, that is crazy. I would have cried. And then I believe, who else? Taleen gave a box to Brooks. And Brooks is just like, what is this? She opens it up. There's a note. And she already sees what's happening. She's like, I'm not reading this. You could keep the gift. Come to find out that inside the box is like 2 green dresses that she wore on season 1 that Taleen had let her borrowed, that Brooks swore that she never wore. She never wore anything out of Taleen's closet. She tweeted about it. And come to find out, look, the lie detector proved that was a lie. So then Taleen, again with these props, she brings out these big ass cardboard boxes and she's like, bada bing, bada boom. Am I going to be on season 3? Strawberry's gift to to Sarah, it was a puppet. It was like a dummy or whatever. And she was just like, oh yeah, this is because I said that you have Ayan's hand up your ass or something like that. And I'm like, all right, let's wrap this reunion up because now we're bringing out voodoo dolls and stuff. Absolutely not. The doll looked creepy too. I'm like, look at that. It kind of looked like Michael Darby a little bit too. I'm like, no, put that back in the box and burn it. So eventually that was that. Andy tells Sarah, okay, Sarah, can you leave us with, some words of wisdom? And I'm like, oh, God, is this going to be a 3-part reunion now? Because that speech alone is probably going to be a whole hour. So Sarah's like, sometimes in life, things could be a little bit, dirty, and sometimes we need Windex because things could be just very, calculated and camouflage, and I feel like maybe we could come back for a season 3. I heard in life that 3 is a very lucky number. It's a very passionate number because it shows that not only do we want 1, but 2 things, but we want 3. So maybe we'll be back for season 3. I think that we could all maybe do it. And I'm like, okay, Sarah, wrap it up. And that was that. That was the end of the reunion. Honestly, we could have all fit this all in like an hour and 30 minutes. It didn't have to be 2 parts, but it was a lovely, lovely season. It was so sad to see Ayan and Lesa fall out. That's actually disappointing, but overall, I think it was a good season. I do enjoy the whole entire cast except Saba, but I do think that Saba needs to come back next season if they have a 3rd season, to see what's going on between her and Sarah because they have fallen out really badly. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward, and hopefully production does not screw them over and wait like 5 years. At this point, I'll see everybody in what, 2028 for season 8. For season 3. Because at this point, I don't know. But let me know what you all thought about this whole entire reunion, what you thought about this whole entire season in general. I will miss them. So, until then, catch me over in Salt Lake City and Potomac coming soon. Bye, everybody. Mwah.